Well, once again, the snobs at the MTA have decided to be corrupt and show their true colors once again by not allowing people to speak at their board meeting, especially those who are against congestion pricing. It's really, they pick and choose. It's not first come, first serve. It's who their favorites are. They get to speak, and then everybody else gets to be bumped to the additional public comment section, which they don't listen to at the meeting because they don't listen to everybody. I don't know how they get away with that, but I'm going to play Charlton's comments now. I think he says it pretty well. Charlton, President and CEO of Passengers United.
All right, everyone. So this morning, I am outraged. Many of us registered to speak and were not allowed to speak because we do not support congestion pricing. The MTA's pay-to-play scheme needs to end. And all the other nonprofits who support congestion pricing are being allowed to come into the meetings in large droves, being allowed to speak, and that is criminal. You are not hearing from real New Yorkers who actually ride the subway system, who actually are out there doing the work. This needs to be exposed. And believe in me, I am filing complaints with all the federal agencies against the MTA and against many of these other organizations. We're done. We're done. You're not going to discriminate against New Yorkers. The MTA's pay-to-play scheme works where all these other nonprofits are getting money from the MTA contractors who are set to benefit from
like Riders Alliance, of course.
Congestion pricing. So that's why everybody is pushing this congestion pricing scheme. It is not fair to New Yorkers. And a man was killed in the subway the other day. There was a stabbing. What the hell is going on in the subway system? You guys don't.
And it's not just the subways. There was shooting, stabbing on buses. There's crime all over the transit system.
About our safety. We will keep fighting congestion pricing, and our safety matters. You will not do this to us, and I will sue this agency. This is my final warning to all of you. All right? Get ready for civil lawsuits. We've been waiting carefully and documenting everything. That's it. We're done. We're not going to accept this anymore. You guys do not care about us. In fact, people in Queens are waiting 45 minutes for a bus. Buses are being canceled because of a bus shortage in Staten Island and throughout the city. And you guys want to dump congestion pricing on us? Really? I am truly disgusted with the MTA leadership and the way that people who are against congestion pricing have been treated by this agency and other people. What y'all need to do is let every speaker speak, no matter how long it takes.
Exactly.
New Jersey Transit does it.
Please conclude
Other
your
agencies
remarks.
do it.
And they just cut him off. Please conclude your remarks. The snob there is saying that, you know. This is what you have at these MTA meetings. This is what you have. This is what you have. It's unbelievable. Of course, we'll show you who they actually did allow to speak. Of course, all the snobs get to go first and get to be heard because all those who support congestion pricing get to be heard.
Which caused the rider to fall. This could have been avoided with proper enforcement and better training. The MTA's responsibility is to serve all New Yorkers, and this starts with ensuring safety.
Here we go, Riders Alliance.
The governor is a very wise person.
They get to speak. They get to speak, right? They get to speak, right? Or at least Jack was allowed to speak. So we'll play his comments.
Everyone, I'm Jack Nierenberg. I'm the Vice President of Passengers United, and 2 months ago, I attended the Transportation Research Board's Conference on Advancing Transportation Equity.
I'm glad
And
they
I
at least
spoke
let
with,
him speak.
Many leaders from around the country. You know who I didn't see here? Anyone from the MTA. And I only saw one person from New York State and one person from New York City. That is unacceptable, considering that, as I've seen, the MTA has shown a consistent disinterest in actually properly adopting and practicing equity in its planning projects.
Exactly, because the MTA is run by a bunch of Wall Street hacks,
including the bus network redesigns.
Yep.
So
it's all designed to drive out the poor, the middle class, the seniors, the disabled. It's all designed for that.
At this point, I've been working to schedule a meeting. I think the equity metrics need to be established, and I just want to say on the record, if anyone asks at an open house or any kind of event where they're talking to the redesign team, if they have any questions about the methodologies of this agency, they have every right to know the answer to that. And unfortunately, it's gotten to the point where I have to contact the Federal Transit Administration because it's just gotten out of control. This redesign plan cannot continue as is. We need another round of public comments, and I want to see people actually on the buses talking to the passengers. Don't make everyone come to you. Go to them. That's where you need to be. And I am more than happy to take time out of my busy schedule to help you all get those metrics established, because that needs to happen right away. Because if we're talking about accessibility and we're talking about equity, this plan will move the MTA and it'll move this city backwards.
Yep.
And so that's what needs to happen.
As well as congestion pricing.
Don't make us go to court, please. Thank you.
Well, it doesn't look.
Our next speaker is Dr. Sharon McLennan Weir, followed by Vittorio Bugatti.
They all have to talk a certain way, don't they? Notice that they all talk a certain way. It's so obvious who the MTA gears to. And again, look at the people here you see in this room, and you don't see a lot of diversity. You see maybe 2 or 3 people. They don't represent the riders of the MTA. They're there to represent light finance professionals on Wall Street. I mean, it's so obvious. It's so obvious. So these are all the comments they allow here, and honestly, at least I'm glad at least Jack got a chance to speak about this, but they didn't let Charlton speak. It seems like you have to go in person. That's what it seems like. If you don't go in person, it's easier for them to discriminate against you.
Projects much harder.
So obviously, a lot of people speaking in support of congestion here. All the Riders Alliance people again, Fraudsters Alliance, I should say. They are another Riders Alliance. So they obviously showing up. Oh, was that Lisa Dagley?
Sure that riders get where they're going.
Of course. She's there to represent Wall Street. She's there to price us out of New York. That's what congestion pricing is designed to do. It's not about getting funding for public. It's about pricing us out. That's what it's about. They all represent a certain demographic. They all do. So they're talking about take action on climate change, state of good repair. Obviously, I'm not going to go through all this. My point of this video is showing you who the MTA serves. They don't serve us. They serve Wall Street. And you know what? We're tired of it. And we're going to fight. And we're going to sue. Enough of this. It's time for some real transit equity.